everyone. This is Sister Malika. How is everybody doing today? All right, we're going to get straight to the point. All right, we're going to get straight to the point. So y'all know there is something going around. We don't know what it is, but we know it's a plague, right? That's what Trump called it, the plague. So a lot of people are getting this upper respiratory infection, right? A lot of people are coughing and all type of nonsense, right? So today I'm going to give you guys a quick recipe, something that you can do right here in your kitchen for coughing, right? If you don't want to be out there at your job coughing and have people looking at you funny, right? I'm going to give you guys a cough tonic. This is a tonic that you can make right there in the kitchen for coughing, okay? It's like a natural cough medicine, all right? So what I have in front of me here is some Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. Ceylon. Ceylon. Ceylon cinnamon. This is the best cinnamon. Has a lot of medicinal properties in it, okay? That's where I got my Ceylon cinnamon sticks. If you guys want to know, I got it. There's a website called nuts.com. All right. So we have some Ceylon cinnamon there. And right here, we have some key limes. Yep. Y'all know by now that Sister Malika always have key limes in her house. Okay. A lot of you guys have been messaging me, asking me, where do I get my key limes? Believe it or not, I get my key limes. These I picked up at Walmart. Y'all won't even believe it. Sometimes I get it at ShopRite, if you have a ShopRite where you are, but you can find key limes at Walmart. Now, I usually just go to Walmart to pick up some stationaries like my pens and, stuff like that, papers and labels and stuff. But I usually go there to pick this up because it's the only place other than ShopRite that I can find key limes. So there you go. Key limes. These are the ones with seeds. All right. There you go. And we have some apple cider vinegar. Right. We're going to need that. And then we have some buckwheat honey. There we go. Right. Make sure your honey is raw and unfiltered. And I just, I like buckwheat. Okay. So this is the one that I get. You can get whatever honey you want. Doesn't have to be buckwheat. But just make sure it is raw and unfiltered. Raw honey is the honey that is not heated. When they remove it from the, from the beehive and everything, they don't heat it up and they don't filter it. So it has all of the medicinal properties still inside of it. All right. Just want you guys to know that. All right. So today I'm going to show you guys what I do with these ingredients. Okay. So I went ahead and I break up my cinnamon sticks, guys. I just break them up, all right? So they're easier to boil. I am going to boil these. So we're going to go over here. I have a pot there with some water. This is about 50 ounces of water, all right? Approximately 50 ounces of water. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my cinnamon sticks right there in the water, all right? There we go. And we're going to boil that for about 15 to 20 minutes. So guys, we forgot a very important key ingredients in this formula here. I forgot the ginger. My bad, guys. I am so sorry. I forgot the ginger. Yes, we need ginger for this as well, okay? We need ginger. Now, I am going to go ahead and blend. I'm going to wash and blend this ginger and these limes together, okay? While my cinnamon is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and wash these two things together, clean them up. I'm not going to peel my limes. I'm just going to soak them a little bit in some vinegar, wash them properly, and then throw them in my blender and blend both of them together. I'll be back. And before I go, I know somebody is going to ask me, Sister Malika, how many limes do I need? How much ginger do I need? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So when it comes to herbal medicine, there really is no exact measurement, guys. Really. It's pretty much eyeball. and using your discretion. So if you have about 50 ounces of water in your pot boiling, I would use about 5 or 6 limes, give or take 6 or 7. Right here I have about 7 limes in front of me. That's how much I'm using. Okay, I'm going to be blending 7 key limes because these limes are not that big. Okay, so I'm going to use about this much and this much ginger. All right, there we go. So it's pretty much depend on how much water you're using. Like I said, I'm using 50 ounces of water, and so I am boiling that water, which means some of it is going to boil down. Okay, by the time I'm done boiling my cinnamon, I'm not going to be left with 50 ounces of water. I'm gonna have a little bit less water. Okay, all right. All right, guys, so we are going to blend our limes and ginger together. All right, guys, so through the miracle of technology, it has been about 20 minutes since this our Ceylon cinnamon has been boiling. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and pour our mixture of ginger and key lime. We're going to turn the stove off first, though. We're going to make sure that the stove is off. All right, and we're going to remove that from off the stove, right? And we are going to pour our lime and ginger. All right, we'll be right back. All right, so we went ahead and pour our limes and ginger. All right, make sure you're blending everything nicely. Okay, now I don't boil my limes, guys. If you notice that I did not boil the lime and the ginger that I put in this pot, because when you're boiling your citrus, when you're boiling your limes, you are removing the important medicinal properties from your limes. Okay, all you need to do is just blend and pour it into the mixture. Remove it from the stove. You're not boiling it. All right, that is going to help to preserve that natural medicinal properties in your lime. And also, I don't usually boil my ginger as well. I blend my ginger and add it to the mixture. Okay, so this is just a suggestion. All right, right. Now this is where we're going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so there we go. We're adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Now, guys, after this, I usually strain this, right? Mix it up. And I strain some of it in a teacup. If I'm going to have it, I usually have this hot, okay? And I usually strain that into a teacup, some of it. And that's when I would add a little bit of my buckwheat there, right? I just add a little bit of my buckwheat and I will drink, okay? But now let's have a conversation, guys. Let me explain to you why I'm using these things here. Number one, I know somebody is going to say, why don't we add a little bit of cayenne pepper and all of that stuff, right? We're not going to add cayenne pepper. I will explain to you why. If you have a sore throat, okay, now I don't have a sore throat, but for everyone, usually when someone is coming down with a respiratory condition, a lot of the times it starts out as a sore throat. Now, if you don't have a sore throat, you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper. It's optional, you don't have to. But I would suggest that if you have a sore throat, you do not want to add cayenne pepper to this, okay? Because you have a sore on the inside of your throat. Cayenne pepper is going to irritate it further. Okay? It's going to cause irritation and cause the problem to get worse. What you're trying to do is to soothe, okay, the throat. You're not trying to irritate the throat. So you do not want to add anything that is going to cause irritation. Now, also, if you have a sore throat, I would leave out the ginger. I would leave out the ginger, okay, if you have a sore throat. If you have a sore on your arm or your leg or any part of your body, right, the last thing you want to put on there is some ginger, because ginger burns, just like cayenne pepper burns, right? So you don't want to add anything that is going to cause irritation and burning, okay? So if you have a sore throat, again, you want to leave out the ginger and the cayenne pepper. You want to add stuff that is going to soothe instead of cause irritation, okay? Now, I don't have any sore throat. This is something that I do, all the time, especially in the wintertime. I take these things. I don't have to be sick to take these things. These are called preventative measures, okay? I do these things to, as a preventative measures, so I can help to build my immune system. These are just some of the things that I do. Now, cinnamon and honey, okay, helps to soothe your throat. And they also have properties that helps to fight infections, okay? That's what they do, all right? Also, understand that the limes, yes, the key limes, there we go, those right there, those natural fruits has what is called natural citric acid, okay? And that natural citric acid helps to lower the pH in your mouth and helps you to kill off the bacteria and viruses that might be causing your sore throat, okay? So that's what the lime does. Not to mention they also, they help to build the immune system. Everything here is helping to build the immune system, okay? So what you have in here, minus the ginger, is going to help to soothe your throat, and it's also going to help suppress your cough. If you have a cough, if you're coughing, all right, it's going to help to suppress that coughing, okay? And like I said, if you have a sore throat, you want to leave out the ginger, okay? And please do not add any cayenne pepper to this, okay? So there you go. I am going to have me a cup of this. I'm going to add me a little bit of the buckwheat right there, right? And have that. And I usually walk with that. If I have to go somewhere, I'll put it in my little thermos. Those of you guys who know what a thermos is, right? Usually pour that into my thermos. It's hot. My thermos helps to keep it hot throughout the day. And I usually just sip on that throughout the day. This is something that you need to sip on throughout the day, okay? Make enough, right? Get yourself a strainer and strain all of this liquid off. Now, what I usually do, one of the reasons I put the apple cider vinegar in this, guys, is because the vinegar helps to preserve this on the stovetop, okay? I don't put this in my fridge because I like to have this hot. And so keeping this on top of my stove for a couple of days, this usually lasts me for about 2 to 3 days. So the vinegar helps to preserve this a little bit, right? So whenever I'm ready to use it again, I kind of go there to the stove and I warm it up, or I take another pot, a small, there's a little small pot, and I pour a cup of this in the smaller pot and I heat it up, and I have it that way. Okay, so you don't have to put this in your fridge if you want to have it hot. I would recommend that you have this warm, okay? If you have a sore throat, do not have it hot, okay? Have it, slightly warm, all right? So you don't want to burn your throat, causing irritation. Keep this on your stove. So that's, the apple cider will help to kind of preserve it for a couple of days, all right? There you go, guys. This is somewhat of a cough suppressant, a homemade cough tonic. It helps to suppress your coughing, okay? And now I also want to add here that if you think you might have an infection, okay, you can also add a couple pieces of garlic, okay, and some onion in the mixture. You can blend those things in with your key limes, okay, if you think you have an infection, okay. Garlic and onion has antiviral properties, okay. So if you have an infection that you're dealing with, like an upper respiratory infection, you can also add those things in there. Don't add too much of the garlic, all right. Maybe about 4 or 5 cloves. This right here is 1 clove, okay? That's 1 clove. You can add about 4 or 5 of those and about half of that onion, okay? That's if you're fighting an infection. Now, again, I'm not telling you guys not to go to the hospital now. If you have to go to the hospital, I suggest you go, okay? However, I'm just giving you alternative. That's all I'm doing, all right? I am not a doctor. I deal with herbs. If you have an upper respiratory infection, okay, listen to me. Listen to the sound of my voice now. If you have a respiratory infection, the last thing you want to do is eat a lot of meat, any type of cheesy stuff. Stay away from the cheese, because what you're doing is causing a buildup of mucus in the body while you're battling a respiratory condition. Guys, if you have a respiratory condition and you're dealing with it, the body is going to start producing mucus. And if you don't stop eating the cheesy stuff, the processed stuff, and a lot of meat, your body is just going to overproduce. There's going to be an overproduction of mucus in your body. You're going to be battling a lot of mucus, okay? So you might want to cut down or eliminate those things temporarily until you get better, okay? Now, I'm not telling you don't go to the emergency room. If you're really sick and you got to go, you got to go, all right? But if it's not that serious and this is just something that you could take care of at home, this is just a little solution for you, okay, guys? Love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.